Right, welcome back. We're continuing on our journey. We helped the one camp of people, and I went back to town, did some stuff there. Now we're continuing on. Nern on the other side. I'll always get Nern. It's if you're wondering why there's so many videos of this in such a short burst, it's because it's double experience for the next 3 days, pretty much over the weekend. And so I've pretty much been binge playing it. And the funny thing is, it's not that I particularly care about leveling up, because there's really I'm not feeling any rush to. Mostly I'm playing to get through the story. For you, for me.
Ugh, dirt fungus.
I know, Xander. And I know that it's not the most popular series on the channel, but I just really enjoy it, and I need the excuse to play, or else I won't play it. Ah, nice.
Turn back, traveler. There was an explosion and now Selphora is overrun. I was injured trying to get to the inn.
Are you alright?
I don't know what happened. The elders were gathered in the center of town. Then there was a flash, and suddenly spirits were everywhere.
Okay.
So many people died. But they remain here as angry and vengeful spirits.
Can you move?
I think so, but probably not far. I need to go to the inn. That's where survivors were gathering.
I can get you there. Follow me. Oh, the good thing is, I don't feel like going over to that because I've already done it like 7 times today.
Quality material makes for quality goods. Hostilities ended. Now to relax.
Elenisi? Thank the 3 you made it. We feared the worst. Have you brought help?
It was a close call. I'd be dead if not for this traveler's assistance.
You've chosen a bad time to visit Selphora, stranger. Spirits roam the streets and unquenchable fire consumes the town. Selphora is lost.
Don't be too hasty, Meldris. Our new friend is powerful. I've seen what the traveler can do. I never thought I'd be so happy to get back in this inn.
Will you be safe here?
I think so. At least for the moment. But we're worried there are other survivors still outside. There's a temple on the hill overlooking the town. We're hoping that others have found sanctuary there.
No one's gone to find out?
We're no match for ghosts. I barely survived skirting the edge of town. None of us would make it there.
Want me to go up there?
Yes, I saw how you handle yourself. I know you can make it.
How do I get to the temple?
It's on the other side of the bridge. There's a staircase to the south of here, but I can't tell you if the path is safe or not.
Okay. Check it out. To the Honorable...
Scholarship.
To the
I
Honorable...
can smell it from here.
Hidden Arthelin. I want to first thank you for your service on the council that sat in judgment of my son. I will never forget your continued support of Merim and your insistence that death was too harsh a punishment for the crimes leveled against him. A great moment is coming, Sarah Arthelin. The tribunal has abused its authority. Malexia has set herself up as our dictator. This is surely obvious to anyone with a clear heart and a sharp mind. Her crimes cannot be allowed to continue. When the moment comes, I hope I can continue to rely on your support and that of your priesthood and township, Sephora. Yours in mourning, Magistrate Vox. Oh. Merim and your assistant, that death was too harsh. Oh, somebody she loved got into trouble. Again, I will sometime read those books. It's not now. They're out of order. And I have tried reading them out of order. It just didn't make any sense. I once again implore you to revisit the levy that has been placed upon myself for this year. I admit that I am a licensed enchanter residing inside the Imperial City, but circumstances have changed, and the business that was once profitable is now just a drain on my income. A few years ago, enchanters would take the physical object to be enchanted and, using various ingredients and tools, imbue the object with the necessary mystical powers. Because of this, enchanters only competed with other enchanters who resided in the same city, since most people did not want to carry a sword hundreds of leagues to another enchanter just to save a few gold drakes. Prices for the city could be set at a friendly meeting of 3 or 4 enchanters, and a fine profit could be made. As the right of the crown, a hefty levy for allowing us to operate in the city could be assessed. But now this is all changed. Enchanters now just make a glyph with the desired effect trapped within it. A glyph is just a simple gem that anyone can attach to the pommel of a sword or a piece of its armor. Once attached to the magic in the glyph... Okay. That was really boring reading, sorry. Don't cry. We fix. I promise. I'll try. Anyway. I just being nosy. Oh, hello.
How can I work in the... Hello, traveler. I'm Selphora's healer. Not that it means much now. This disaster has left me short on supplies. All I've got left are bloody rags and soothing words.
What do you need?
Almost everything. Herbs, poultices, bandages. We weren't prepared for this.
Where can I get these things?
There are supplies scattered throughout Selphora.
Don't worry, I'll find the supplies. And help myself to what supplies you have in here, because that is just the way we are. Right. Anything of importance down here?
My time grows short.
Looks like we pillaged everything that these poor people. And then I'm gonna go act like a hero. I'll be back. I'm probably gonna go pillage the rest of your town.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
that door? I use it now? I use it now. No? Okay.
Good find, cohort. In the building that I can't get to because, you know, fire. Oh, I can get to it. Alexia and the mud crab. There was once a mud crab who suffered much. He had a limp and a hacking cough. His shell was misshapen, causing him pain. He was weary at all times, and told everyone he was surely dying. He roamed the valley one day, complaining to any who would listen. The shock created a brace for part of his shell and offered it to the mud crab. Here, mud crab, try bracing your leg, he advised. No, 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 said the mud crab. I have tried that, it does not work. Mud crab, said the elite, let me bite on your shell and crack it just a bit to relieve the pressure. The mud crab said, you were trying to trick me, elite. You're just want an easy snack. Alexia, who was roaming the land that day, heard these conversations and entered the valley, where she appeared as a humble gore. Mud crab, take this draught I have made for your cough. You're not a healer. It is better to suffer than risk a poor remedy, replied the mud crab. And Alexia revealed herself to the creatures, who guessed in surprise. Mud crab, all these creatures have offered you help, but you refuse. You are in love with complaining, and you will never be healed. And so, Alexia teaches us that you cannot aid the unwilling. The wolf in the sky. I was a child the first time I saw a wolf in the sky. It's a cloud, said my mother with some irritation. She thought fancies were not appropriate to the son of a warrior. But there's its tail, and the fangs drip with blood. It's a cloud, she repeated. She pushed me back into our home and closed the heavy wooden door behind her, bolting it for good measure. Even though I was but 4 or 5 at the time, I realized her anger was not directed at me. My mother was afraid of that wolf. From then on, I said nothing, though I often saw it, in the sky, in the woods, and sometimes out of the corner of my eye. I knew the wolf followed me wherever I went, and though it frightened my mother, I remained unafraid. Until the day of the Ebonheart Pact, I hid the wolf from others. But when we Nords were told by our jarls that we were allied with dark elves and their pets, the lizard folk, I joined the rebellion. And in doing so, knowing we were now traitors to our own leaders, I decided to evoke the power of the wolf. And on the night of a new moon, I piled branches atop a hill to summon it with a bonfire. Trophies from my various kills, paraffin, blubber, and twisted bundles of dried sage joined the dried wood. I chanted, but the sounds were no words I'd ever heard before. They tumbled from my lips as I prepared to set my pyre ablaze. I saw it. I always saw it. Through the smoke, the wolf gained a more corporeal shape, its eyes as red as embers. Wolf, I know you not, I cried, throwing my arms open wide. But all my life you have been beside me. Join us in our rebellion against the unholy pact. The wolf sat, tilting its head to the side, and then it threw back its head and howled with laughter. "You mortals are so amusing," said the wolf. "What makes you think a wolf would do anything useful? Now I need to get out of this thing. It's got fleas." So saying, the wolf leapt up to the fire and was consumed. And I stood in shock, mouth agape. Who or what had followed me all my life, I cannot say. I was rested that night beside my bonfire, and I and my companions, none of whom, I add, had seen or heard the wolf, will be put to death tomorrow for my deeds. My mark goes here, to show this is written by the monk's hand, as my last request. Well, that was a story. That took a turn I did not expect.
Fortuitous.
Fortuitous indeed.
Were you able to find any supplies?
Yeah, here's what I was able to find.
Thank the three, and thank you, friend. Now I can do something to help these injured people.
I'm taking notes on your progress, just so you're aware. Galvin, you.
I was not expecting the champion to jump up so high. That's new to me.
I'm with you, cohort.
Book. Right here. No, thank you. I would have read the whole thing, but it didn't provide anything.
Another chance at perfection.
We got that. Can I pop into there? No.
Your fate is sealed!
Why must I suffer?
Lamentations of the Lost by Anonymous. They said, Explorer Nern, to many lands I traveled, never feeling like home. I worked for a merchant, sweeping dusty shops for coin, no respect or wealth. I joined a brigade. We saw the horrors of war, blood-dipped battlefields. To an arrow I fell, for greed I died all alone, buried by strangers.
You saved the woman. You have my thanks.
Oh, you're the only spirit not trying to kill me.
Yes, that is true. My suffering follows a different path. I'm cursed to only observe.
Who cursed you?
My thoughts, my memories, they're a jumble. I think there may be a way to save the town. It's so hard to remember.
What can I do?
There was a decanter, somewhere in the temple below. Its water was holy. You have seen the strange fires throughout town? I remember that much. Maybe this liquid can quench those flames.
Maybe it can quench the flames?
I feared I don't know for certain. So many things I don't know. You'll have to test it. See if the water will work on the magic fire within the chamber of the tree. Look for a brazier of unnatural flame.
I'll find the decanter.
Be wary, stranger. My heart tells me spirits aren't the only things left in the wake of Selfora's destruction.
What's the chamber of the tree?
When St. Veloth came to Resdain, what Morrowind is now, he planted the seeds of his homeland. Only the Tree of Somerset survived. This temple was built around it. Strange. Why do I remember this clearly, when all else is fog?
Go check it out. Lady Vox, know that I am and my priesthood stand with you in your grief, but we cannot and will not stand with you in any folly perpetrated against the tribunal. I am a humble servant dedicated to healing the wounds of the world, not inflicting them. In truth, I believe what your son did was wrong, but I stand against killing any living being, no matter what crimes they committed. Remember that Saint Vila turned away from the path of war at the end of the Exodus. That was his great lesson. It is one we all must strive to emulate. My deepest sympathies and fervent prayers. Code of the Bandari Peddlers. Do not listen when town bidders call you thief or charlatan or dishonorable. Some people are ignorant and insular and know not of anything beyond the borders of their township. Dishonorable sooth. One is not dishonorable if one has a code of behavior that one lives by, and this is so for the Bandari. Abide thus by our code, Bandari, or you will be cast out and no longer dwell among us. Those who break the code and become cats may be pitied, but they shall not be readmitted among us. For who will the world trust if we cannot trust ourselves? The Bandari Code which we live consists of both written bylaws and unwritten bylaws. The unwritten bylaws may not be written, for how, if written, could they be unwritten bylaws? What? But the written bylaws are as follows. The bylaw is salvage. Sometimes objects are loose and uncontained. What is going on? I'm trying to read. Do you mind, sir? Sometimes objects are, let's see. The bylaw of salvage. Sometimes objects are loose and uncontained, being neither in pocket, in drawer, or in hand. Such objects are abandoned and may be lawfully salvaged, for clearly no one cares enough about them to see them properly contained. It is met and commendable for the Bandari to salvage an object thus abandoned, for a Bandari is thrifty and deplores waste. The bylaw of prophecy. Frequently town bidders offer Bandari payment in return for advice and prophecy regarding events yet to come. In this transaction, a client must be told that which would be most pleasing to hear, for it is a serious breach of etiquette to offend a client with words that are unkind or unwanted. To prevent such a breach, it is met and commendable for a Bandari to spend time with sharp ears at the local inn or tavern, so to ascertain what advice might best please potential local clients. The bylaw of guarantees. A true Bandari sells only the finest goods and wares, for the town bidders wish to purchase only the finest goods and wares. There is no pride like that of a person who has just spent a great deal of money upon a fine new purchase, and a Bandari wants above all things for a client to be proud of having driven a hard bargain and acquired an item of the highest quality. Therefore it is met and commendable to provide a client with the highest guarantees of an object's provenance, rarity, and desirability. Thus the written bylaws of the Bandari Code. These bylaws are in all cases ironclad and incontrovertible, except, of course, when overruled by the unwritten bylaw. Var, var, var.
You are interrupting scholarship!
Be very careful when you handle the holy vessel. It is the most important relic in our temple, and the reason why our temple exists at all. Saint Vilath is best known for wielding his hammer, Vilath's judgment, but he also carried this vessel in his time. Like many objects the Saint blessed, it has the power to heal, but it also possesses a variety of other interesting magical properties. Indestructibility is not, unfortunately, one of them. Brazier. That is a bra on the brazier.
They want to fight, do they?
You will not save her.
Where am I supposed to go? Up.
and tranquility.
Hey, dude.
You gained the decanter. There was an echo here, but now it is silent. The defilement begins to lift from Selphora.
What's happening, Spirit? What did I fight downstairs?
The fog begins to clear, but so many memories rush in. What you fought was an echo of Magistrix Vox. She left it here to bind the spirits to this place. Part of her punishment of Selphora.
What's she up to?
There's something you must see. Praise to the three, Magistrix Vox. To what do we owe the honor of your visit?
Behold, I bear the hammer of Veloth, priest. I have come to rally my people against the taint of the three.
What are you saying, Vox? Have you gone mad?
Mad? You want to see mad? Let me show you true madness.
I have shown you everything I can remember.
Did Vox kill you?
I remember my death, but that is the past now. You have more pressing matters to deal with than to listen to a ghost's stories. You have the decanter now. There are two people still trapped in the town, a young man and a woman, but the magical fire closes in on them.
Okay, I'll use the decanter to extinguish the fire.
Yes, that should work. Find the houses in which they are trapped and save them.
Do what I can.
Nobody cares at all.
Oh, he was sweeping. I guess. Tidy ghost. Hey.
Who are you? How did you get past the flames?
It is important now. You need to get to the end.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Okay. While you head there, I'm gonna pillage your home. Thank you. This way. Okay.
I knew someone would come. I never gave up hope.
Happy to help. You should go to the inn.
It's close by. Now that the fire's out, I should be able to make it.
My mother and brother are safe, and I have you to thank. Praise the three they survived.
I had some help. A forlorn spirit told me where to find them.
So not every spirit in Selphora is filled with hate? Then I am thankful to it that my mother and brother are still alive.
Is there anyone else missing?
My father, Tidenar Thalin. No one has seen him since the catastrophe struck. Was he at the temple?
I didn't see him.
Maybe he went to the town hall. It's usually locked. Here, take this key. Please, he might be hiding there. He might be injured.
I'll go see if I'll go and see if he's there. Husk and Bones, the 12th second seed, boss bought a map off some wood elf, says it's the shortest trail to Elden Root he's seen by a long shot. He thinks we'll make a killing getting these lumber shipments down there, and if we can do it faster than anyone else, all the better. He told me the wood elves won't cut down any of their own trees because of some deal that they have with them. Deals with trees. Crazy elves. As long as they have the gold, I'll bring the goods. None of us have ever been down that way, but I bet it will be a nice change of pace from the old Elsewhere routes I've been running. Tired of all the sun anyway. I hope they have really, really nice beds in Elden Root, and less bugs. I've never seen so many in my life. Beetles the size of my hand. Snaky things with more legs than I want to think about. And the biting. I can't sleep for the itching. And I swear they settle all over you as soon as you sit still. We haven't passed any kind of village, and I'm starting to doubt this is a trail at all with all the slashing we're having to do to make passage for the wagons. It's all overgrown, like no one's used it in forever. Last night I dreamed I was in the Roosting Quail back home, my favorite tavern. Best ale I've ever had. Maxentius and I were sitting in the common room, and he told a joke so funny that I spat out ale and I couldn't stop laughing. Then I was awake, but the laughter wasn't gone, hooting and high-pitched laughter coming from the trees. The guard on watch, that Argonian whose name I can't pronounce, he didn't see anything. We scouted around, but the laughing stopped, and then we were all just sat by the fire, feeling uneasy. I grabbed my flask of Flynn and raised it to my mouth, only to feel wiggling legs. In my mouth! Everyone else's flask and skins were full of them too. Akatosh's fiery roar. The things are just getting weirder. Today we were slashing our way forward double time because we all want to get this done with and get out. And Max and Tia spotted some giant beetles up ahead on the trail. Not just big bugs, huge bugs. Bugs the size of wolves. Massive pinchers and shiny shells. They weren't doing much, just crawling around, but we hadn't seen their like so far and approached slowly. When I got within a short stone's throw, I noticed something strange about their legs. They looked like a man's. They were. In a flash, they stood up and rushed towards us, running and flipping and laughing, covered in beetle shells and grabbing things from the camp before disappearing off into the trees. We tried to give chase. The Argonian fired a quick arrow, but it bounced right off the carapace armor. Were those wood elves? I heard they were really wild ones, but dressing up as giant bugs? They aren't bandits. They hardly even took much and didn't hurt anyone. That's it. We're turning back. There's no way we're making it to Elden Root, and I'm getting a pretty clear message that they, whoever they are, don't want us to. No amount of gold is worth this. I'd rather haggle with a Kahit for a week than deal with this place. This time our water was drugged. That had to be what happened. Who knows how they got to it or what they put in it, but when we woke up in the middle of the night, skeletons were dancing around the campfire. I couldn't move. I could only watch in a haze and listen to the strange music, the rattling and the hissing and the low warped flutes. Were they wearing bones? It's all fuzzy except for one thing. We're getting out of here. Prophets be damned. Down or up?
Tieden's gone, I'm afraid. I'm all that remains of his too short life.
You're Tieden.
I am. I was. What's the proper way to say that when you're dead?
I'm sorry, Spirit.
Don't be. You saved my family. And you can do something more. You can save Selphora.
How?
With the decanter. It can do much more than put out magical fires. It's a vessel for spiritual energy.
How will that help me save Selphora?
Ah, so much to explain. Understand this. The echo of Vox that you fought earlier isn't gone. It's my jailer and tormentor. I'm chained to it, but it's also chained to me.
How does that help?
Go to the crater in the middle of town. When you get there, I'll summon Vox's echo. Defeat the echo again, but this time, draw it into the decanter.
Vox's final reply, Sereth Arthlin, my dear Tidden. I am deeply saddened by your response to my most recent correspondence. Know that a great storm approaches, Sarah. Your precious Selphora will not avoid its rage. A time comes when you must choose sides. It is inevitable. I do not recommend you oppose me when the line is drawn. I shall be visiting Selphora in a very near future. We must discuss this matter personally. Exchanging letters can be so impersonal, and often the true meaning of our words is lost in translation. I want to make sure we truly understand each other. I suggest you prepare for my imminent arrival.
Oh, wait. Huh? I was going to go upstairs and I forgot. Go this way. Not that it particularly matters.
This is where our end began.
What happened here?
Come forth, Echo of Vox. Come forth, vile parasite. Face your doom.
How dare you summon me, Tieden? You shall suffer for this outrage.
You did it! The Echo of Vox is defeated, and the fires and spirits have dissipated.
What happens now?
With Vox's echo gone, I am free.
May you find peace, Tin Narthalan.
Tell my family I love them. Tell them to carry on.
Okay.
We heard a commotion outside. What happened? Did you find my father?
Selphora is safe now, but I do have some bad news.
Oh no. Is it about father? He's dead, isn't he? No. Tell me he's all right. Please.
You wouldn't submit to Magistric Vox. His spirit helped me save Selphora.
He never abandoned his principles. My father was a stubborn but good man.
He wanted you to know that he loves you.
Oh, Father. He was the best man I've ever known. What will we do without him?
Your father wants you to carry on.
Carry on? Oh, Father. We'll try, but we'll miss him so. At least we know what happened. Thanks for freeing us from this horror.
There is no help here. Oh, I pray all is not lost.
What's wrong?
There's trouble at the shrine of Saint Veloth. I came to find help, but it appears that Selphora has problems of its own.
What happened at the shrine?
Oh, it happened so fast. Majestic Vox called forth Saint Veloth himself and then unleashed a wave of destruction. The spirit of the saint himself seems to be fading. I ran all the way here to find some help. Can you help us?
Yeah, I'll head to the shrine.
I'll just keep at it, I suppose.
Another chance at perfection.
You guys not look at me?
Thank Vivek you stopped the Covenant from summoning Sidal.
Didn't hear it? Did I miss a book? Wouldn't that have been funny? I missed a heavy
A
snack.
most auspicious find.
Unless it's doing that thing where it shows me the lore books incorrectly.
Again, and again, and again.
Okay, we discovered this one, didn't we? Pretty sure.
We can use this. Good find, cohort.
What are those? We did it. The old man is dead and I have it. Meet me near the next tree and I'll pay you what I owe. Make sure you aren't followed. I hear Nervna has been sniffing around.